What do we got here, Laker fans? What do we got here? What do we got here? This is in the way. Out of the way there. Still in the way. What are you going to do? What's going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for being a part of the post-game show. After the post-game show number 2. You know, I'm not going to lie. Getting a little tougher to do 2 Laker post-game shows when the team is not good, if you know what I mean. Be nice to get some W's every once in a while. I'm not standing here trying to say that I need the Lakers to be 9-2, but can we not be 2-9? Can the Lakers not have the second worst record in the Western Conference, only behind the Houston Rockets? I don't think I'm asking for too much there, am I? I don't think I am. Somebody said they already started the show. By the way, that's awesome. Hey, if you guys are using this channel to create your own chat and do your own thing, mission freaking accomplished. Okay, but you guys can start your own show, but I'm here now. So I mean, let me get my point across here. Laker fans, it's another loss, and I want to just go right to the NBA standings, even though we're only a few weeks into the season. If you go look right now, not good. Not good. If you go right now to the NBA standings, and I'm not saying you just put in what are your options? You could do the division. Don't do the division. Okay? You can do the conference. Don't do the conference. You can do the league. Laker fans, if you put in the standings for the league on ESPN.com, the league, go right to the bottom. There's only 2 teams with 2 wins in the NBA right now. It's the Houston Rockets, who are 2-10, and it's the Los Angeles Lakers, who are 2-9. I got worse news for Laker fans. I know this is probably what you guys weren't looking for, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. Go look at the 5 worst records in the NBA right now. Let me tell you what all these teams have in common, okay? The Rockets are 2-10. The Hornets are 3-9. The Magic are 3-9. The Pistons are 3-9. If you want to throw OKC in there, but I won't just because there's other teams with 4 wins. Do you know what all those teams have in common? And the Lakers are right there too. Lakers are 2-9, second worst record in the NBA. Do you know what all these teams have in common, Laker fans? All those teams are trying to lose. All those teams are literally trying to tank for Victor Wembanyama. Okay? All those teams are. The difference for the Lakers is they're trying to win, and they also don't have the rights to their pick this year. That pick will go to the Pelicans. So it's the worst scenario that you could think of, and it's a team trying to win but sitting in the standings with all the other teams trying to freaking lose. That's a tough one to swallow, Laker fans. That's a tough one to swallow. Lakers lost to the Clippers tonight. Can I tell you guys something that was happening in the post-game show that I don't want to say was driving me crazy, but was kind of driving me crazy? So I got somebody on here saying Kings will be an easy win. My man, there is no game on the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers that should have anything next to it that says easy win. Because you and I are watching 2 different teams play. There is no team in the NBA that you could look at for the Lakers and say, hey, that's an easy win. When you're 2-9 through the first 11 games of the schedule, trust me when I tell you this, there's no team that can't beat the Lakers. Any team can go beat the Lakers, and we're watching that every single night. So I was getting into a different point. I'm going to go back to that point, but when I read easy W against the Kings, there are no easy W's for this Lakers team, period. Okay. Point I was trying to make, something in the post-game show that was bothering me. That was post-game show number 1. This is obviously post-game show number 2. I heard Patrick Beverley mention it. I heard Anthony Davis mention it. I heard both of those guys talk about, we got to get healthy once Dennis Schroeder comes back. Lonnie Walker the fourth. By the way, I'm not disagreeing with those guys can help the Lakers. I'm not disagreeing with that. Lonnie Walker has been one of the more surprises so far this season has been Lonnie Walker. So I've enjoyed watching Lonnie Walker play. Laker fans, the Clippers didn't have Kawhi Leonard. What are we talking about injuries? Why are we talking about injuries? Why? First it was, well, if Anthony Davis is healthy, look what this team's going to do. Then it's, well, LeBron's got to be healthy, look what this team's going to do. If we're waiting for Dennis Schroeder, and again, I'm a fan of Lonnie Walker. I really am. I'm genuinely a fan of Lonnie Walker. They didn't have Kawhi. And they went out and put up 114 on you, and they've won 9 games in a row against the Los Angeles Lakers. And Ty Lue is 9-0 against the Los Angeles Lakers. So when I hear a Laker bring up they didn't have a player, and that player's name is not LeBron James or Anthony Davis, it's just a role player that the Lakers have, and the Clippers don't have Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but that's a head-scratcher for me. That's a frustrating one to listen to. All right, let's see what we got here. Allen, hands in the pocket. I can't. I know, I can't. I can't talk without my hands. I need my hands out. They need to be free. Sometimes they're communicating for me. You know what I mean? Sometimes, we jab a little bit, right? And we go to the uppercut. Today, we just get uppercut every time we play. All right, let's see what else we got here. Kawhi ain't ish anymore. Forget about that fool. All right, you could forget about him, but the Clippers, they're not forgetting about him, and they keep beating the Lakers without him. So with or without Kawhi Leonard, they're still beating the Lakers. All right, let's see what we got here. Alan, how do we fix this? Okay, I'm going to keep going here. I don't really have here's the magic pill that you have to take and things are going to get fixed. All right, let me do this here real quick. The Lakers seem to lose in each one of these games. There seems to be one quarter that the Lakers will get, dominated in, and then that's it. That's a game. That kind of determines the game for the Lakers, right? Tonight I was doing the halftime report. So I'm doing halftime. Lakers were down 17 at the end of the first quarter. You're like, all right, that's a wrap. And then they come back, outscore the Clippers by 15 in the second quarter. You're like, okay, I don't know what the hell just happened, but we got a game here. And I was saying at halftime, I just kind of kept repeating it. I'm like, all right, well, the third quarter is the game. If you come out and you have a 5-7 point lead by the time the third quarter is over, you're in a good position to win because we know the Lakers have struggled. Third quarter differential for the Lakers, I think they're like minus 59 so far this year in the third quarter. It's the second worst in the NBA. Only the Minnesota Timberwolves have a worse third quarter differential. I saw it on Spectrum. But in my head, I was telling myself, all right, if they just come out in this third quarter, play a little basketball here, then they put themselves in a real position to win this game in the fourth. They get outscored by 10. They're down 12 by the time the fourth quarter starts. And that's all she wrote, to keep kind of coming back when you're a team that's already struggling and you have to dig yourself out of another 17-point hole, a 15-point hole, a 10-point hole. It's just, you can only do it so much in the NBA before a team is going to bury you, and that's what the Clippers eventually did to the Lakers. And that's the third quarter. Third quarter was a game for the Lakers. They were down 10. I could also say the first quarter was a game for the Lakers because you dug yourself such a hole. Now you're fighting back the entire time. But they couldn't get out of that third quarter, and that's all she wrote. So this is where the Lakers are now. There was a stat on Spectrum that I saw. I think Anthony Davis in his last 5 games in the fourth quarter, and it just kind of showed all these stats. I'll get into Bron in just a second. It showed all these stats about Anthony Davis, how he's done. I think it's like 2 points, 0 points, 0 points, 4 points, 4 points. That's so. I think if I'm doing the math right here, I think he's got 10 points in the fourth quarter over the last 5 games. So what is that? He's averaging 2 points a quarter. you know, what do you want me to tell you? This is Anthony Davis. AD's numbers today, what do you have? Quietly, 29 and 9. 21 and 9, excuse me. 21 points and 9 rebounds. You just don't feel him. He's got no presence. He's got no presence. 9 of 16 from the field. It's just, I almost don't like using all that energy towards Anthony Davis because I don't think it's going to change. I think that's what he is. I think he's a 20 to 25 a point night guy, and he's going to get you 7 to 10 rebounds a night, but you don't feel him. You don't feel his presence over the course of a game. You feel Giannis, you feel Embiid, you feel Jokic. You used to feel Anthony Davis. You don't feel him anymore. So I don't know how that's going to change. I don't know how much of this, too, is just that they're so shitty these last couple of years that I feel like there's a lot of times when I'm watching these games that there's no spark. Something's just missing. You know what I mean? And there's no fight. And unfortunately, so far this year through 11 games, you feel a lot of that similar to last year. You know what I mean? Literally similar to last year. All right. You gotta calm down there, buddy. That's a lot of one comment. Just take your time there, buddy. Take your time. Get it in once. Okay. No team chemistries. Guys don't have fun. It's not fun. Let me tell you something. I'm being completely real here. I love the NBA and I love Lakers basketball. It's grueling watching these games. Grueling watching the games. And listen, there's nothing else I'd rather do. I mean, I'm covering Laker games for a living. I definitely enjoy my job. I don't enjoy watching the Lakers lose. I don't enjoy watching Laker fans watch this every single night and are frustrated because you don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I was telling Funches, who you guys probably know Funches, produces the Lakers broadcast, Lakers Talk, the whole thing. I was telling Funches, I'm like, you just don't, it feels like a lot of last season already, and you're only 11 games in. So it's a frustrating thing to watch. And the thing that I think I could relate to with everybody else here is we're all watching the same thing. We're all watching the same product. We're all Laker fans. And I don't know how it gets better. I don't. Because LeBron, Anthony Davis, Russ, these guys are all playing in these games, and it's still bad. Are we waiting for Dennis Schroeder? That's going to come be the difference? I mean, every team's going to have players that are out. That's never going to completely answer the problem or anything like that. Somebody's putting in here chemistry. Chemistry, I get that. I understand that. When somebody says chemistry, you could tell when some teams have it and some teams just something missing, something not clicking. Okay, let's talk Bron here real quick. So LeBron left the game. I'm going to find the exact tweet here. Came just because I want to get the time right. Dave McMenamin put on here. 2 seconds here. We go here. Dave McMenamin had sent out a tweet. Let's see here. Yeah, he left LeBron left the court with 5:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, that's good. 5:41 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Anthony Davis only had 4 points in the fourth quarter, so he definitely stepped up and took care of everything. I'm being sarcastic there. So he leaves with 5:41. The way that it was described, make sure I get it right here, left groin injury. So he's going to get medical imaging on his left groin. And basically he said he felt some kind of strain. But he did say it was not like the one that we're accustomed to. The one obviously that he had in his first year with the Lakers when they played the Golden State Warriors. So he did not say that it was. He said it's not. It wasn't like that one, and that one, we know held him out for a long period of time. But I mean, just if you want me to be honest and real with you, you know, Braun missing time at any point this season. Let me use as an example. You guys have heard me talk about how important these next 10 games are, now 9 after they lost to the Clippers. And I actually, I'm a delusional Laker fan because I thought actually tonight was winnable. Clippers haven't been playing all that good of basketball. They're 6-5. And then all of a sudden they play the Lakers and they're right back to normal. And you got all these guys that are contributing. Paul George is doing work. And Norman Powell all of a sudden is having a really nice game. And Luke Kennard is hitting threes. Marcus Morris is hitting threes. So I think I'm a delusional Laker fan. But what I'm trying to get at here is I talked about how important these next 10 games are. And if you don't have LeBron James for a few of these games, I'll use the one that somebody was just saying where he's like, hey, the Sacramento Kings, that's easy money right there. Lakers are going to beat them. Well, let me kind of slow down that roll here for a quick second because Sacramento just beat the Cleveland Cavaliers earlier today. They lost the game against the Warriors on the road by 3. They should have won that game. Let's put it this way. They started the season out 0-4. They've won 4 of their last 6. So, not that they have great wins. Heat, Hornets, Magic, and the Cavs. Cavs is a good win. Not to say that, there's something special, but the Lakers definitely aren't anything special. And if Bron is missing games, if Bron is going to miss games, and I'm just talking at him, we'll get some more information tomorrow. We'll see how Bron feels. But if Bron is missing any games, this stretch of games that you feel like, hey, you got to take advantage of. You got to go 6-4 in your next 10 games, and they already lost one, so that means they have to go 6-3 just to have a reasonable record through 10 games. And if Bron is out and you're sitting back and you're actually losing a lot more of these games, or you're below 500 in these next 10 games, including the one that you already lost, what are we doing here? It's basically already a wrap. I don't even want to look at December's schedule because December's schedule is brutal, Laker fans. It's brutal. All right, let's see what some Laker fans have to say. That was a lot of me talking here, and I haven't got a chance to read some of your guys' comments. LeBron should not be the main contributor. I'm going to read this because I think it's important. LeBron should not be the main contributor. That's AD's job. Who said that? Find out. Under the Sun on YouTube. Appreciate you putting in the comment. So, you're not wrong, but I don't think anyone on this channel believes that that's going to happen. Let me be brutally honest. You're not wrong, but I don't think anybody thinks something is going to change. Someone who's on this channel, who I will tell you, this is really, really good Laker fans that are on this channel, very knowledgeable, enjoy watching Lakers basketball. I don't think anyone is sold that AD is going to be the one that takes over. And I'll tell you, if I've watched enough Lakers basketball to know that Anthony Davis is who he is. That's who he is. And I just don't think if any of that's going to change here. I just don't know if any of that's going to change here. It doesn't seem like it. I said this before the season started. I said I was done with this whole AD. I was hyping up AD these last couple of years. Watch out. This is AD now, especially after the championship, right? That AD is going to start taking over this team, and this is perfect the way this is. I'm sure this is the vision that the Lakers had. I don't see that one happening. I do not see that one happening. AD is not capable of being the man. I don't have confidence in it. See what else you got here. At least we got one championship out of AD, but this just looks bleak. That's true. I mean, you're right about that. I think right now what Laker fans are hoping for, what they're looking for is, okay, well, what's the plan moving forward? What's the plan? Right? If I know they're not trying to, obviously lose games. They want to be competitive. They think there's still a puncher shot with AD and Braun, but it's not happening. It obviously didn't happen the last couple of years as well. But you at least had the excuse that, well, AD wasn't healthy, that he was playing half the games of the season. You don't have that excuse so far this year, and you're already 2-9. So that's the one part that I will say, Laker fans, and I think this is the biggest concern for Laker fans out there. What's the plan, right? What's the plan? Um, what is the plan today? What's the plan tomorrow? What's the plan 2 years from now? What's the plan 5 years from now? And I don't think any of us really know what that plan is. All right, let's see. A couple more here, and then we're going to call it a day. They sucked the energy out of me today, Laker fans. Just ripped it out. I swear I thought last year with Vogel, let me read that. With Vogel, we were better than this year's team. No plan, somebody saying. Allen, just be honest and stop BSing us. I feel like I've been pretty honest, but I don't know what else you'd like from me. But thank you for your comment there. Yeah, no one doing anything. What's next? Tank the season. By the way, tank the season doesn't really do anything. Somebody wants to play me one-on-one, I'll cross your ass over, okay? I will cross you. I'll get you leaning one way, and then before you know it, I'm crossing you over. Your left ankle, you're down because of your left ankle. Your left ankle is, you're aggravating in pain. You're holding your left ankle while I go up with my left hand. I Euro step too. Nobody's even there. All right, I think that pretty much says that I'm done for the night. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show, Laker fans. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for being a part. We can't get a W. We can't get a W. How many post-game shows do I got to do here before we start winning some games? Damn it. All right, I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm going to do one of those Lakers Talk Daily stuff that I've been doing, throwing something up here. So I'll do that, and then come back Friday and do it again. Lakers and the Kings. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. One-on-one. Cross your ass over.